Hello there, you know who it is, and today I am going to show you what I should have shown you a long time ago. For those who have been here, you may have seen my latest animation. Got a feeling in my gut and my heart won't stop. So close it's a flip, two skips and a hop, and once it hits hard explanation pop. Drop, dippy drop, dippy drip, drip, drop. Well, lucky for us, I decided to screen record some of the progress. And as you can probably see, I sped this up as well because the screen recordings were chopped up into separate recordings to ensure that nothing was lost. And I hope you enjoy the progress as I talk about how this animation and this character came to be. So, how did Vibes happen? Well, it all started off as a short, silly little song. I wrote and sang the lyrics that you hear in the animation. Have you ever hummed a little song in your head that you feel is original, like you feel like you made it up, and then you kind of makes you wish you were a musician or knew anything about music or writing music? Well, I get those moments sometimes, but this time I actually recorded what I hummed and wrote a few lyrics. And well, it kind of gave off this upbeat feeling, like it had a sort of upbeat tune to it. But I also wanted to write lyrics that would make sense, so after rewriting a couple verses and a few voice recording takes, I had me a main chorus. But then I got to thinking, given I have been uploading videos and posts that involved fan art of cartoons I like, I figured it was time to animate something original. I also had the urge to animate, and so I thought I'd animate the short song I had just written. While I do have other original characters from original cartoons I created, I wanted a character that would be quick, fun, and easy to animate in a short period of time. Not to mention, when I said I wanted to animate a cartoon, I mean I wanted to step out of my usual art style and have my character be super cartoony. In other words, I wanted my character to be crazy and wacky and silly. I wanted to make the character stretch and pop and have exaggerated movements. And the reason why I chose a rabbit as an animal to animate is because over a year ago, I was helping the Beatles show with his latest upload that included animated characters. And given his channel is also sort of made up of existing characters he's a fan of, I did a fan animation of some characters from a YouTube cartoon called Doodle Tunes, which was created by Jack C. The character I'm specifically referring to is Belly Button, an animated rabbit, who I found to be quite fun to animate because I was able to exaggerate certain movements, especially with the long ears. I even almost did another animation with Belly Button, but sadly, production of that animation didn't continue. Well, looking back on how fun, fast, and easy it was to animate such a cartoony character, I decided I could apply that to my own character I'd use for my animation. Admittedly, I might have also chose a rabbit for a character because I'm kind of fixated on rabbits thanks to a certain character I've been fixated these past few months. Moving on. So, after doodling my bunny character and starting the animation process, I realized making this character meant I might have had to come up with a theme and plot of a cartoon if I were to do anything else with this rabbit. I also drew paper sketches of the character moving along with the lyrics. I felt like the lyrics could have a meaning even if it was surface level. Personally, the lyrics gave off an upbeat tune that could have a sort of ominous undertone to it. It may come off as lighthearted and bouncy, but could also give away a slight feeling of dread once you really listen to it, like an off-putting tone poking out through the cracks of a happy mask. I forgot to mention that when trying to write out this rabbit character's personality, the best way I can describe it is if you put Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Belly Button from Doodle Tunes into a blender. You get Lint. Given the lyrics drip with off vibes, I wrote Lint to be an overworked, panicky, and buggy character who just spazzes out. Much like Courage the dog, Lint the rabbit is quite observant and can pick up on bad energy and negative vibes that most other people around him can't. And like Rocco, Lint is polite until you've pushed him too far. I wanted my bunny to be meek, but not to the point where he can't stand up for himself and the few people he cares about when he's forced to. I gave him an annoying, whiny, panicky voice because I wanted him to sound like Dave from Harvey Beaks, especially when he freaks out because, in my opinion, well, it's kind of funny.
When I'm blue, I think of you in your eyes, how they look at mine, so kinda like that. You slow down time and everything's just fine. I was ocean swimming with just wishful thinking of my life, the vision drifting by, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. I was in a life wandering far, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me up the
more characters to surround Lint with, such as Blythe, a sweet elderly lady who finds joy in the simple things in life while adjusting to the life of early retirement due to her health complications that prevent her from continuing what she was doing as profession. Therefore, Lint works to help her make ends meet in this off-putting town. Lint gets most of his income from working at the Pighead Butchery with a fellow employee, Dudley, who spends most of his time getting high and pointing out the obvious. They both work for their gruff, outlandish jerk of a boss named Mr. Richard, who cuts corners and hunts some of the meat he sells to save a few bucks. This hunter also makes deals with an anonymous business partner who comes in every so often, who Lint gets a bad feeling about. Lint also works a couple side jobs to make extra income, specifically working as a sideshow rabbit for an amateur magician, as well as doing housework for a disabled elderly man who lives next door to Blythe. These characters all play a role in this newest cartoon, and with a little help, I'm glad to have been able to write out and sketch these characters to tie into the plot of something decent. As you see this screen recorded progress, you may notice that Lint looked slightly different when I first began to animate him. With some feedback, I realized I had to make this rabbit stand out as a character. I didn't think to record it, but I had to go back a few times to recolor Lint and add a couple other features to his physical appearance. Also, I didn't think to make his eyes blue before I released the short animation, but that's also a physical trait I added in later art references of Lint. So with all that said, as surface level as it may seem, I am quite happy with the results, and I'd say that Vibes ended up having a decent plot despite starting off as a simple animation. And I'd hope that I wrote Lint to be a decent character. Worst case scenario, at least I was able to make a quick and fun animation. So I hope you guys enjoyed the progress. I hope you enjoyed listening to these fun facts about this new Vibes cartoon. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye!